Hey, it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for April 2022. So on Saturday, April 16th, we have the full moon taking place in Libra at 26 degrees at 2:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is when the energy is going to peak. So let's talk about it. The full moon, of course, is an opportunity for us to be illuminated to a new perspective, to new ideas, to new information, to a new revelation within us that will change the course of our energy, intention, and actions moving forward. This full moon wants to illuminate something that we've been missing, and it's going to be illuminating something in the realm of the Libran topics and themes. So Libran energy is an air energy. It rules over our mental plane. It rules over information. It rules over our perspective and how it is that we communicate ourselves, express ourselves outwardly. Libran energy is about peace and love and balance and fairness. This Libran energy wants to show us where it is that we've been living out of extremes, living in such a weighted type of topic and theme. And that weighted topic and theme comes from the fact that when the full moon is in Libra, the sun has to be in Aries. Of course, we're in Aries season. The spring equinox ushered in Aries season, where we came to life again. That Aries energy had us focused on ourselves, our egoic identity. We came into Aries season pushing forward, trying to initiate new paths, new beginnings. It's all been about what it is that we want, what it is that we need, what it is that we desire. And in that effort to try and rebuild ourselves, to do what is right for ourselves, many of us have lost sight of the relationships that we need as individuals in order to be our best selves and discover our full self. This is where the Libran energy comes into things. The Aries energy is very much about the individual. Where can I assert myself? Where can I be aggressive? Where can I go after new dreams, new desires, new passions? The Libran energy that sits across from Aries in the zodiac wheel is about other people. What do I want with other people? What do other people want of me? This is where we have to compromise the pain, the suffering, the struggle, the efforts that we've been taking upon ourselves, that we've been kind of bearing as an individual, and where it is that we have to recognize that we definitely need to share ourselves in a different way with the people that we love and with the world around us. Libran energy is very diplomatic. It is very semi-passive aggressive, very much willing to do what is right for the team, for the group, for the partnership, and compromise what it is that we truly want, we truly need, we truly desire as individuals. It's very much this give and take, this conflicting opposition within us, trying to show us where it is that we need to put ourselves first, but not so much first that we lose sight of taking care, nurturing, and cherishing the people of value, the people of worth in our lives. The Aries energy is our own personal needs, our individual needs, while the Libran energy is more concerned with the needs of others. It is very much about the independence that the Aries energy wants us to have, but the dependence that the Libran energy needs us to also have. We cannot go through this world alone. And although it's very important to maintain our own individual identity and energy as part of a partnership, many of us are lone wolves at this time, confused by the outside world. And we really do have to have an aha moment, a perspective shift, a revelation on where it is that we actually need partnerships, that we actually need a team, a group, a community in order for us to be our best selves. So this particular moon event is ruled over by Venus. Venus rules over Libran energy. Venus is also currently in Pisces energy, in love with love. Definitely working through some of the ups and downs that we've had in our personal relationships. Pisces energy, of course, is about endings just as much as it is preparing us for new beginnings that Venus will have when she moves into Aries energy. Venus is also preparing to take her throne when we move into Taurus season later next week. This particular energy is showing us where it is that we need to take control of our lives, where it is that we have to focus on what brings us joy, what brings us happiness, what brings us pleasure. This is a time for us to recognize where it is that we've been living in one extreme in order to advance our own personal path, and where it is that the other extreme, our connection to others, has suffered because of it. This is a time where we have to fight for fairness, where we have to compromise, where we have to negotiate, where we have to cooperate, where it is that we have to fight for the scales to be balanced once again. Of course, Libran energy rules over the scales in life. This is very much about bringing our heart and our head back to the same page. Our individual and our partnership goals back on the same page. This is very much an energy for us to reestablish a grounding point so that we can make more of an effort in our lives in order to live in all the good vibes, which is love and peace and joy and harmony. And that requires us to find balance. Balance between our own individual wants, needs, and desires, and our wants, needs, and desires as part of a partnership, a group, a team, a greater, grander collective. This is the last full moon event where all planets will be direct. We are going into retrograde season towards the end of April with Pluto, the great transformer, going retrograde first. We are also about to move into eclipse season with Venus, the ruler of this particular full moon, being the ruler over the new moon partial solar eclipse in Taurus that we are going to have at the end of this month. The feminine divine energy is awake. She is ready to go after what it is that she wants. She has done the work to boss herself up. She has done the work to recognize what it is that she needs to create in her life, what it is that she needs to give birth to. She is the goddess, the portal between the higher realms and this earth plane that brings in the higher spiritual, divinely scripted elements from the cosmos into this earth plane, into our materialistic realm. So let's talk about this for a second. First of all, we have this full moon in Libra providing us with an opportunity to see things differently. An aha moment, a moment of genius, a moment of pure intuition. Because of course, Venus, the ruler of this full moon in Libra, is in Pisces, the intuitive soul karmic sign. This is a time for us to recognize what it is that we're being pulled away from and what it is that we're being pushed closer to, and finding a solid grounding point in the middle in order for us to launch ourselves into a brand new cycle from. This particular moon event is dominant in both earth and water. We have equal earth, equal water. What do we know about that? First of all, water energy is emotional, it's intuitive, it's karmic in nature. It's also transformative because it cleanses us from the old karmic cycles, and it prepares us, cleanses our energy for a brand new beginning. We are still very much feeding off of this Jupiter and Neptune conjunction that we just had, sparking a brand new 12-year cycle and also triggering and activating a brand new awakening where our intuition, our spiritual lives, our soul self, our karmic divine cycles are now starting fresh. This particular energy, because the earth energy is equal to the water energy, we are transforming our physical realms. Earth energy is our physical realm, where our own identity is concerned, where our relationships are concerned, where our jobs, our careers, our wants, needs, and desires are rapidly changing. The circumstances in our realms are very much changing. And this water energy is helping us to transform with it, to hopefully go with the flow, but to also recognize where it is that old elements of our lives are being washed away, eroded away, if you will, because water on earth erodes that earth and shapes it into a brand new circumstance. We have a lot of aspects taking place under this full moon in Libra. Please download your moon guide if you haven't already. What I will say is that we have Saturn, the Lord of Karma, ruling over rules and roles and responsibilities, karmic cycles in nature, systems, routines, structures, and foundations in our lives, who also is an Aquarian energy. So we're very futuristically focused, trying to get downloaded with a vision, with a dream, with a desire that we're soulfully being triggered and activated in order to pursue, making a beautiful, beautiful alignment with both the sun and the moon, but also creating a square, a conflict with the true node. This is going to pressurize us to see where it is that a brand new system, structure, and foundation needs to be brought to life here in our physical realms, especially where connection and relationships are concerned. We have to abandon the solo journey for just a sec. We have to stop aggressing our own wants, needs, and desires for just a sec. And we have to remember that we are way bigger than just us. We have to connect to the relationships in our lives that are of worth and value. We have to connect to the community of like-minded individuals that we align and identify with. And we have to remember that we are part of this big, great, grand collective. The systems, the structures, the foundations of the collective are changing. Of the matrix are changing, and that's why we're seeing this kind of change and transformation in our own individual realms. Pluto is also a main factor here, making a square with the moon and the sun while trining with the true node. Pluto is about transformation, and there is a huge transformation going on now in our physical realms because of the transformation that has already taken place in our heart space, in our head space, in our soul space. We are feeling the pressure to boss up. We are feeling the pressure to have new dreams, new desires, new goals, new ambitions. We know that change is imminent, but we want to be able to control the changes, which at this particular point in time, we are losing control of. Why? Because we're about to go into retrograde season and eclipse season that are divinely scripted for us. So right now, we're looking at all the elements that we don't feel like we have control over. And because the Libra moon wants us to see where it is that we've been living in extremes and where it is that we have to actively work harder to find that middle ground, that point of balance, now we are starting to realize what we actually have control over, which is our thoughts, which is our actions, the way we respond, the way we react, the way that we operate. And we are going to come to some sort of aha moment, some sort of realization on what it is that we need to do from here in order to bring the happiness, the joy, the pleasure back to our lives, regardless of the storm going on in our circumstances, in our exterior realm. We are a lot more careful. We are acting a little bit more conservative than we would like, because this Libran energy, one of the reasons why Librans are so indecisive is because they have a very high level of perfectionism, scaring the crap out of them that they are going to make the wrong choice, the wrong mistake, choose the wrong direction for themselves. So there is a little bit of caution here. But this pressurized system backing us up against a wall, showing us where it is that our mental perspective has to change, where it is that we have to wake up to a brand new perspective on where it is that our energy being shared with other people needs to be refined in order to protect ourselves, acting as an individual, promoting our own wants, needs, and desires while still functioning as part of a team, as part of a group, as part of the collective. So we have a lot going on. We have a lot going on in the sense that we are seeing this very short window of opportunity that April offered us with all planets direct to make a change, to change directions, to make a choice, to make a decision. We are seeing the window really close in on itself. And this full moon in Libra not only is going to illuminate where it is that we have been living in extremes, where it is that we do have to take control back in order to be balanced out, grounded out, acting logical and practical, and how it is that we're going to reintroduce ourselves to these relationships that we put on the back burner, to these groups and teams that we, for whatever reason, disconnected from in order to advance our own agendas. But this is also a full illumination of a cycle that started approximately 2 years ago. This is a relationship revelation, the relationship with ourselves and how that flows over to the relationship that we have with each and every single person that we encounter in the run of our day. Go back to the fall, something that was already started, already in the mix, your wants, needs, and desires for connection, for intimacy, for peace, for love, for balance, for harmony, was initiated under the new moon in Libra that now is coming full circle, adding at a 26 degree, adding a huge vision, a huge big picture to what the last 2.5 years has meant for you as far as your relationship journey goes. So please take this opportunity to do the work, the shadow work, looking at the dark force energies, looking at the not so nice thoughts and feelings coming up. Do the shadow work necessary in order to illuminate, bring those aspects into life so that we can accept it, we can acknowledge it, we can integrate it, and we can move on from a whole, complete energy because of it. Again, we're moving into Taurus season where Venus is going to reign, where we are going to have the opportunity to focus on love, on peace, on joy, on pleasure, on building and creating a new physical circumstance and reality for us to find love and joy and pleasure in each and every single day.